When competing in the business market, a company must develop some sort of strategy to obtain a competitive advantage. There are 5 main strategies which a business can choose from. These strategies are the most frequently used and dependable approaches to set a company apart from their rivals. These strategies are a low-cost provider strategy, broad differentiation strategy, focused low-cost strategy, focused differentiation strategy, and the best cost strategy. These strategies are used to build strong customer loyalty and to have a competitive advantage over their rival competition. A business will choose whichever strategy is best suited for their product and/or service, and choose that strategy with the belief that they will be able to outcompete in their market. While all businesses strive to achieve a competitive advantage, there are some businesses and industries that already have that leg up over their competition because of their unfair competitive advantage. An unfair competitive advantage is sometimes called an exclusive competitive advantage, and it provides a degree of certainty in eliminating competition. So that there is the key phrase. It provides a degree of certainty in eliminating the competition. Some examples of businesses that have an unfair competitive advantage would be state-owned enterprises. Some businesses have intellectual abilities, trademarks, patents and technologies, location, equipment, brand recognition, software, and infrastructure. So before we talk more about unfair competitive advantage, let's discuss globalization. Globalization is the worldwide movement toward economic, financial, trade, and communications integration. Globalization is the reason for strategic positioning. So what does this mean for business? The world is becoming smaller and more connected. As our world becomes smaller and the market becomes more competitive, a business must set themselves apart from their competitors. In discussing globalization, it is important to remember that the concept of globalization lie within the keywords of interdependent and interconnected. What happens in the United States can positively or negatively affect Australia. If a hurricane destroys the island of Jamaica, it affects the tourism industry in Italy. Having a strategic competitive advantage is more important today than ever because of globalization. So everyone has heard the famous phrase coined by Lord Harold Samuel, which is location, location, location. In a competitive business industry, location can sometimes mean the difference between success and failure. Location can be the most important thing that a business can control. However, there are some businesses that already have the location in their back pocket. A prime example of how location is an unfair competitive advantage is looking at the palm oil market. Oil palm is a tropical tree crop which is mainly grown for the production of vegetable oil. For optimal growth and production, oil palm requires year-round rainfall with little to no dry season. The Malaysian palm oil market share towers above their competition, holding 39% of all market share in palm oil. Due to the mild and wet climate in Malaysia, the oil palm is able to flourish and thrive. 60% of the top palm oil companies are headquartered in Malaysia. In this chart, you can see that out of the 25 palm oil companies listed, 15 of those companies are located in Malaysia. So an unfair competitive advantage, wrapping up, it's not enough to have a winning strategy. You must compete globally. It is important to get a leg up on your competition, and you do that by looking for any unfair advantage that your business can utilize.